Hello and welcome to Ascension Kitchen Live. A very spontaneous Ascension Kitchen Live. I had planned to make an announcement. However, currently plans, they simply don't work. I make all these plans and then they never seem to want to land, to manifest. And so I'm going to be like super spontaneous today. Just record this. And it's live. Maybe somebody stumbles in, just comes across what I'm doing here spontaneously. But I think this is also going to be recorded, and so you can watch it later. And maybe take this opportunity. I'm taking this opportunity to announce that this is something new I'm trying out. A new format of sharing my kitchen adventures. And opening a space for people to explore plant-based food to support their physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health and journey. So I would like to do this every week. You may notice that I'm avoiding to say the word plan. So I would like to do this every week, possibly Sunday, possibly 1 p.m. my time, which is Central European time, Frankfurt time, if you need to look it up online. I'm not going to try converting this into other time zones because no. All right. Okay. So there's a little note below what I'm going to make today. One is a marinated bean salad and the other one is a leek and cauliflower bake. That is the idea. We shall see how this works, where we go time-wise. And I'm going to start with the salad so that it can marinate. Just a few words about these kinds of salads. So I came across this guy called Mishka doing a lot of videos making dense bean salad or marinated bean salad. And I thought this is actually a fantastic idea of combining veggies and protein, beans, lentils, chickpeas, whatever. And I don't think I've ever made one of the recipes that he shares because I tend to use recipes as a kind of starting point, as an inspiration. And so we're going to make a salad today that I have no idea whether it will work, whether it will be good or not. Spontaneous, very creative. So what's going to go in the salad is carrots, some leftover cabbage from another thing I made. I have no idea what this actually is. Some kind of radish, I believe. And the German word is kohlrabi, and I've seen this in England as well, but you probably pronounce it differently, but hey, kohlrabi. That's for the veggies. And the beans are going to be white beans with just about every other bean lentil. I buy dried ones that I cook myself. These I've given up. I've tried. Look, if I soak them for like 40 hours and cook them for 90 minutes and they're still slightly crunchy when I try to chew them, well, obviously something's not right. Something isn't working, and so I've given up on cooking these myself and like pre-cooked ones. Okay, right. I've noticed I need to turn the camera down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing here and move things around a bit. This kitchen is tiny. This is my kitchen. This kitchen is tiny, and I'm constantly kind of shuffling things around. Now you can barely see me. Anyway, so this is the bowl for the salad. I'm going to drain the beans first. I've already washed the veggies, so these are washed. The carrots aren't peeled, skinned, whatever you call it. No, I'm not going to do that because A, I'm lazy, and B, you can't eat the skins if your vegetables are organic, which these are. So I'm just going to grate them in the bowl. Like that. And well, I'm going to be grating things into the bowl. I would probably step back into silence, and you watching the recording, I would like to invite you to not jump ahead until the point where I'm explaining what I'm doing again. I would like to invite you to stay in meditative silence with me. Maybe put your feet on the ground, maybe close your eyes, and maybe simply feel into the field. What do you feel? What do you notice in what I'm doing? And how the energy of things might change. All right, let's go. So how are you feeling? How are you experiencing this exploration? I feel to say at least a few little words about what I'm doing. Well, I grated the carrot, the radish. And if you're wondering why I don't know what that was, I get these weekly, almost weekly boxes with fruit and vegetables that I don't pick. I pick the kind of box that I get, and then I just get a box. There are a whole lot of unboxing videos around. If you're interested in that, check out my channel. So yeah, and then I get surprise vegetables, and I don't always know what they are, but that smelled like some kind of radish. And now I have the kohlrabi, which I'm going to peel it my way, which is probably not the way most people peel these. Because as far as I know, this is actually a vegetable where you can't eat the skin. I might be wrong, but I've never heard people eating the skin. Never done that before. And this is something that I'm also not excited to try out. So, peeling it is. This is a very, very nice kohlrabi. It's very, very juicy, very soft. My stomach's already of the opinion that this is going to taste fantastic and started growling. It's like, give me food. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Little stomach dragon. Okay. And now I'm grating this as well. Probably. Possibly. Potentially. very soft. Very nice. I'm looking forward to that. Very much. I'm not going to grate the last little bit because I don't want to grate off my fingers. This thing is sharp. I don't feel like bringing a blood sacrifice today. Okay, oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. Cool. So, fix. Okay. First rinse, I will clean this later. Oops. These are jumping beans. Put in the beans. So I'm only using 1 can of beans. You can use more. I think the original creator of these kinds of salads always uses like 2 different kinds of beans. Actually, they are they're getting a bit lost in there. Okay. Okay. So I would say if you're using 2 carrots, 1 kohlrabi, 1 radish, and 1 bit of cabbage, use 2 cans of beans. I didn't feel like using 2 cans of beans yesterday when I bought them. Okay. Well. Right. So this is the salad and a bit of a mess. And now, oops, the dressing. Now the dressing is also something that I copied from, I think his name is Mishka. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So you won't be able to read that. Basically, this is here's one recipe for a dressing, another recipe for a dressing, and this is what I made from it. So kind of mix and match. And so that's what I'm going to make. This is great. The original dressing is peanut. I'm going to use cashew, crunchy cashew. And let's see what I will need. It uses soy sauce. I'm going to use tamari. No vinegar, but I will need this. And this. And this. So recipe uses honey. I'm making this vegan, so I'm using agave syrup. You can probably also use maple syrup. I haven't tried that with maple syrup yet. I'm using that one. They usually use something chili or sauce and have this chili oil, which I'm going to use. The recipe wants ginger, fresh ginger. I don't have fresh ginger, but I always have ginger juice in the fridge. So I'm using that. And lemon. Juice of 1, this is a half. Oh, I did use rice vinegar in the other one that I made. Okay, cool. Rice vinegar. I have it. Okay. And a clove of garlic. Garlic. Cool. And now I need a small thing to make the sauce in. I like this one. Also, for once, I don't usually do that, but for once, I'm going to exactly measure how much cashew butter I use. For the cup type people, if you're using cups for measurements, it's a half cup. If you don't use cups, it's, oh, this one says 120 grams. I'm using 100. So let's measure. One. Two. Three and a half. It resists me. Am I not supposed to use 100 grams? Mm-hmm. Ha ha! Look at that. Exactly 100. Go me. So roughly 4 tablespoons. And okay, so I used 30 grams of this last time. Probably not using as much this time. Let's see. Yeah, that was 25. Let's see if that's all right or if I need to use more. Taste test later. 4 tablespoons of tamari. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I'm still using the same spoon. And 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. 1, 2. 2 tablespoons of ginger juice. That is a lot of ginger juice. I'm a great fan of ginger juice. Yes, it will taste different if you use fresh ginger. I don't care. I mean, I don't care that I'm not using fresh ginger. I'm absolutely fine using ginger juice. One tablespoon of chili oil. Oh my god, am I crazy? I also have the tendency to lick the spoon, the measuring spoon. I don't lick the measuring spoon when I'm using chili oil. This chili oil, this is. This is also a bit resistant. I said 1 tablespoon. I said 1 tablespoon. Do not lick the spoon. Do not lick the spoon. Right. So that's it for these ingredients. Clove of garlic, grated. That I'm using this little grater for. Oops. And this does not usually happen. But it can, and it can also happen that I grate the tips of my fingers. Do not lick your fingers, Joy. Your fingers are now coated with chili oil. And some spice is nice, but this is not going to be nice. So. Okay. Garlic. Wash fingers. Washing all of this later. And now lemon. Juice of half a lemon, I think I said. Or I used last time juice of 1/2 lemon. And here's the issue. I still don't have one of these very nifty grater thingies. So I have to do it the pedestrian way. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm peeling out the seeds out of the lemon. Yeah, as I said, I have to do this the pedestrian way. Squeeze. Squeeze, do not drop the lemon. There was another seed. I knew it. Shit, come on. Oh yeah, okay, so I will have to catch it. I will have to fish it out later. Possibly after the whole thing is blended, it will be easier to see. Hopefully. And now we're going back into silence while I stir this. All right? All right. So we have this slightly chunky, that's from the crunchy bits of the cashew butter, but generally very creamy sauce dressing. Can this be done in a faster way? Yes, I'm fairly certain. If you put everything in a blender, I'm pretty sure this works faster than stirring it by hand. However, if you stir by hand, you have the possibility of meditating over what you're doing. You have the possibility of experiencing, working the muscles in the body. Yes, my right arm muscles are a bit like, really? Do we have to do this? Yes, you do. Which can help also grounding in the body. And you also have the opportunity to like really infuse the dressing you're making, the sauce you're making, with your energy, or whatever energies you feel to infuse your dressing with. Lightness, joy, a sense of excitement and looking forward to the dish you're making. Infusing soul into the food you're making is very likely to make the food healthier for your physical body. Okay, and now that I have done that, I'm going to do the unsanitary thing and do the taste test like this, because hey, cooking for myself, I'm allowed to do that. This is so good. This is so incredibly good. Look, if I'm talking about taste bud nirvana, this is it. Slightest bit too spicy for me when just in a taste test. It's going to be fine when I pour it in a salad. All right. Dump this in there. Whee! Joy and excitement. I'm looking forward to this salad. So I was contemplating earlier whether I might want to add more beans, like for example kidney beans, because I think in this color palette, some purple might be nice. Well, let me just mix this first and see how full the my bowl is going to get, because this is already pretty full. Like, I'm always amazed and confused at how the volume of vegetables seems to increase when you prepare them. I mean, seriously, it was just 2 carrots, kohlrabi, slight, tiny little bit of radish, and some cabbage. Seriously? This is going to take forever. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to this. I am so looking forward to eating this. Yum, 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 yum. I could have made more of the dressing, I think. Okay. Adding some of my favorite mixing technique. Yeah, somehow this lid has a bit of an issue with the bowl. Okay. Nicely blend it all together. And I am thinking yes, this is going to change the taste slightly. Again, I don't care. So this is some mixed herbs. I'm using the English pronunciation, herbs. That to add some green. So yeah, you can add some herbs, parsley, for example. This is unfortunately frozen. While the box says it's easy to use, it's not. This is not easy to use. Okay, this looks good. Right, this goes back in the freezer. And this is the final salad. Yes, this is a whole lot of salad. And yes, I will be eating this for the rest of the week. And this is the great thing about these marinated, dense bean salads. They are going to get better every day. Eat some of this now, have some tomorrow, and so on, and it's going to change in flavor slightly every single time. By the time I get to the bottom, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, it's going to be fantastic every day anyway, but yeah. So, off it goes into the fridge. Put all of these away again. Okay, the rest goes as well. This goes up. This goes up. This possibly as well. And let me tidy up a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm going to increase the mess really soon again. Anyway. Okay. This is still a bit of a mess here. A bit of a mess. Yeah, my kitchen tends to look like a war zone when I'm done. So I like to tidy up a little bit in between things I'm making. So it doesn't look quite as dramatic. Okay, put the lemon in the fridge as well. Yeah, so I'm already facing the usual issue that there's no space in the fridge. Okay, let me have some tea. We're pretty good for time. So let's start with a bake. Okay. Oops. This does not go on the floor. So the bake is a recipe from this book, the Revive Cafe cookbook. I believe it's almost impossible to get these books if you're in Europe. They're from New Zealand. The Revive Cafe is a cafe in Auckland. I hope it still exists. If it still exists, and if you're in Auckland, go and try it out. They make fantastic food. And this is the guy who started the cafe. And when he published his first cookbook, he was like, yeah, so people told me to, write a cookbook, publish some of my recipes. I don't think that's going to take me very far, but people said and they wanted it, and so I'm making it. And you will notice that this is cookbook 3. I have up to cookbook 6. So very successful. And I like these books. I like the recipes. I haven't tried many of them, but just looking. I mean, this is like my kind of cookbook. You have a picture of the dish, and then you have the recipe, which you can't see because the camera isn't picking up the page. But I like this kind where you have basically one recipe per double page, where you have a picture and the instructions for the recipe. So the recipe that I would like to try out today is this one here. That here we have. That's what it looks like as he does it. It's called the courgette and cauliflower bake. I don't have courgettes. I have cauliflower. A tiny little cauliflower. Oops, I washed it and it's still dripping. And I have this pretty sizable piece of leek. So I'm going to adjust this recipe, and instead of a courgette and cauliflower bake, I'm making a leek and cauliflower bake. And so we're now going to explore this together, because I haven't even had a look at how to do this yet. So in a pot, saute onions, oil, garlic, and courgettes for about 5 minutes. And add the cauliflower to a pot of boiling water and cook for around 5 minutes or until just soft. Okay, that sounds like I need to rearrange my kitchen again. Oops. Move the scale somewhere else so that the stovetop is free. Oh, I'm not showing it to you because it's a bit there. I don't wipe it down after every time I use it, so I have all these water stains on the glass surface. Okay, what did they want? They wanted me to saute onions and garlic, half a cup of onions roughly chopped, around 1 large onion. That's my easiest thing to do. And they want 3 cloves of garlic. Ooh, 3 cloves of garlic. finely chopped or crushed. I will have to chop it. And that means I have to buy new garlic. Ow! And tablespoon of oil, 3 courgettes, 3 cups cauliflower. Can I make this in the same? No, I don't think so. Right, strategy. Maybe the cauliflower first. Let me dive for a pot. Oops. Pot. This pot does not have a lid. No. The lid keeps migrating. Why did she go into the living room for a lid? Well, because the pots that I have been using, well, I need a space in this kitchen, right? So I moved the pots to the other room. You're wondering why are they used pots in the living room? Why does he have used pots standing around? Because there's still something in these pots that I took out of the fridge. To make room in the fridge, and B, to warm up so I can eat it later. Okay, so chopped cauliflower. Choppy. And I have also some leaves from the cauliflower that I'm going to use as well, but probably together with the leek. So cauliflower first. Add cauliflower to a pot of boiling water. Okay. Right. So cauliflower goes into plate first. Small chopped cauliflower florets. Yeah, okay, chopped. Can do chopped. water the lazy way. Some in the pot, just a bit to cover the bottom. Put it on highest, and the rest goes into the kettle, because this is faster than that. And I think somebody who probably had too much time on their hands calculated that this is actually more sustainable than cooking boiling water in a pot. I don't know, but I do it that way because I'm lazy. Does it say anything about salt in the water? No. Mm. Ooh, it's getting steamy in here. Okay, this boils, right? Go ahead and boil. At some point. Okay. Good. Water's boiling. Boiling very nicely. In goes the cauliflower. You can't see. Sorry about that. Oops. What does it say? Cook for around 5 minutes. Okay, so I won't have to leave it at high. Turn it down 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6. Because the water's currently not boiling. Okay, so that's the cauliflower. Now I have this pot here. What am I doing with this pot? This kitchen is too small. This kitchen is too small. Right. I also want the courgette grated. I don't think I'm going to grate leek. Nah, fine job. We'll have to do. This thing is massive. Oh. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I mean, it looks nice. Yeah, camera does pick up the color. Sorry about that. It does look nice, very nice and green. Yeah, this should be fine. That is going to be a lot of leek. A lot. A lot. It already is. A lot of leek. Okay. That's, I believe, more than 3 cups. Possibly. So if you're measuring in cups, is this more than 3 cups? I don't know. This is more and this is not. This is more than 3 cups and this is less than 3 cups. Oh, you're done already. Okay. Let me check. Are you done? Yeah, just about. It's okay. Good. Probably drain. Drain. Okay. And now, finely chopped or crushed, finely chopped the garlic. When it comes to recipes that include garlic and onions, I always prepare the garlic first. Why? Because that way the onion has less time to make me cry. Because if I make the onion first and then I have the onion lying around, I will be crying. Onions tend to make me cry. I read once that the secret to cutting onions without crying is to not form an emotional attachment to the onion in the first place. But some of them form an emotional attachment to me. And then they start crying when I start chopping them. And then I start crying. That's one does. My organic waste bag is a little bit full. Just a bit full. Just a bit full. Just a bit full. Like as in it's overflowing. Overflowing. No, this isn't. This still has some skin on. Come on, take your skin off. Thank you. Finely chop. Okay. Can do that. Especially with a big knife. Okay, that is finely chopped garlic. And the onion they want roughly chopped. Roughly chopped. Squish, squish. Roughly chopped. Okay, can do that too. Can you even see this really? So these are, well, you can't really see this. So, I mean, and the camera isn't really picking this up. Sorry about that. You will just have to visualize roughly chopped onions. And this onion is a bit annoyed at getting chopped, meaning they might be crying in the near future on my end. Roughly chopped onion. What do they want me to do? Saute onions, oil, garlic, courgette for around 5 minutes or until soft. Big pan or smaller pan? Big pan. The big pan is also the heavy pan. Oh, I'm calling this my Samwise Gamgee pan. Have you seen The Lord of the Rings? Fellowship of the Ring movie? There's a scene where fighting orcs, Sam goes, boom! I think I'm getting the hang of it. And that's what I have to think of every single time I use this. So I'm calling this my Samwise Gamgee pan. Oil. And how much oil do they want? 1 tablespoon. I have teaspoon. 3 teaspoons are 1 tablespoon. Just about. That's more than 3. It's more than a tablespoon. Okay, whatever. Coconut. I use coconut for everything, especially when it comes to frying, sauteing. Put this lid. Let me find a place for this lid. Because I won't need it and it's taking up space I don't have in my tiny kitchen. Onion. This is getting loud, a bit loud now. Sorry. But yeah. And you can't see anything. Sorry about that too. Let me see if I can move you. Okay, let this do its thing. Well, we are moving to the next step because now I have to make the so-called chick mix. Chick mix because of the chicken flour. 1.5 cups of chickpea flour. Let me check how much 1.5 cups is in grams. I looked it up. I made a screenshot. 1 cup is 100 grams, so 150. Yeah. Okay. Cauliflower leaves. I wanted to put them in with a leaf. Starting to look nice over there. Okay, next step, chick mix. In a blender. I don't have a blender. I will have to use this and a handheld blender. Also, I need 2.5 cups of soy or almond milk. I have oat milk. I shall be using oat milk. And yes, I always do that. I always adjust recipes so that they work for me. But now I need to check how much 1.5 cups of milk is in milliliters. I don't have 1 in milliliters, I only have grams. That is annoying. I need to take a book. Give me a second. One of these books has a table. One of these books has a table. But I don't have room in my kitchen. Let me check. I think one of these has, yeah. One cup, 250 milliliters. 1.5 cups, 350 milliliters. Okay. 350. $350. Good thing I bought more yesterday. That's only 300. Okay. Let me dive for more oat milk. Boop. More oat milk. This kitchen is too small. Why did I manifest such a small kitchen? I don't know. 1.5 cups, 150 milliliters. 150 grams. How much is this? It's only 300. 22. Right, that's 150. 1/4 teaspoon turmeric. Quarter teaspoon turmeric. Oh, unfortunately, you're standing on my teaspoons. Let me just allow me to start digging out an unused teaspoon. Oh, actually, no, I have one here. I have one here. What did it say? 1/4 teaspoon. Whatever. Now this needs to be washed. And I have no room in this kitchen. 1 cup cashew nuts, 1 teaspoon salt. Salt I can do easily. 1 teaspoon of salt. Yeah, that was the teaspoon I used for the turmeric is my measuring teaspoon for the salt. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay. Meaning I have to climb. Baking powder. Gook. Baking powder. Baking powder. 1 teaspoon baking powder. 1 tablespoon nutritional yeast flakes. 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon is for quitters. Yeah, down there. Excuse me. Yeast flakes. It's a new pack, and these always I can never open them. Not without breaking the whole thing. Oh. One tablespoon. Two. Heaped. Yeah. Okay. And they also want 1.5 cups. No, where is it? 1 cup cashew nuts. So I measured the cashew nuts, and you're wondering why am I using them? I soaked them. No, the recipe doesn't say to soak them. I did because, as I said, I don't have a blender, and I'm not sure my handheld blender can, blend cashew nuts that haven't been soaked. So I soaked. Will this change the flavor of the final product? Possibly. Do I care? No. This is really going to be an experiment. Okay, let me start blending this and see how far we get. Blend this and then put the other stuff in. It's going to get loud, possibly. Well, the problem now is that the whole thing starts foaming. half of that is foam. And I didn't even buy the barista version of the... Oh, no. But that sounds, that actually sounds good. Yeah, kind of, not really. Okay, let's start mixing in that into that. I think it's working. I might be wrong, but I think it is. The chickpea flour is resisting. Flour. The chickpea stuff is resisting. cashews are good. They might be chunky. I can live with chunky cashews. Oh, look at that. Wow. I mean, you can't see it, but that's like really actually a batter. Hey, that's cool. It worked. I might be breaking my blender, but it worked. Oh, that's great. That's great. Fantastic. Thank you, blender. Good job. Wow. That tastes very nice. Tastes very nice. I think this recipe is going to be great. Yeah, okay. Clean-ish. It's fine. Now it's clean. Yeah, that rinsed really well. Okay. Come on, go in there. Thank you, blender. And now they want me to, in a mixing bowl, combine all ingredients. I'll be climbing in it. Mixing bowl. Oh, mixing bowl. But I think I have to tidy up a bit first, or at least move some stuff around. Because, yeah, space. Slightly, because you can't see the mess I made out of the kitchen, can you? Okay, mix all ingredients. Oh. Cauliflower. The downside of the Samwise Gamgee pan is this thing is freaking heavy. I can't hold it up with one hand. So this is now going like this. But it all looks very good. Like the leek has softened very nicely. Now the stove top is protesting. Oh, look at that! It's almost it's caramelized. Hey, good job, me. Yes, this will take a little while, but as I said, I can't lift the pan not without breaking my wrist. My sense is that I will spend the rest of the afternoon tidying up the kitchen. Doing all the dishes. Finding all the places where I missed. Okay. Let me try this. If it's not full anymore, I can't almost. This shit is so heavy. Ow, 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 my wrist. Ow, ow, ow. Whew. Okay, this is a whole lot of vegetables. Let's pour this in and see how far we get. It's a C. Can you see that? Yeah, barely. Anyway, let's mix this. I might need a bigger spoon. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this works beautiful. This looks so nice. This looks so nice. Yum, 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 yum. Now I can show you without worrying about pouring the sea onto my laptop. Looks good, hey? Right. Spray or lightly oil a baking tray. No. Baking tray. Take this out of the oven. How much do you want? 180. Probably not. I will not spray, I will not grease, I will use these. So much easier than having to clean the tray. My t-shirt sleeves are slipping. If you're wondering why I'm constantly like, annoying. Sorry about the noise. All right. Pour mixture in. Ooh. I pour enthusiastically. Let me adjust the camera a little bit again. So this is now the mixture on the tray. I did contemplate putting in some protein powder as well to increase the protein intake with this dish, but with the chickpea flour, it has, what does it have? Yeah, I mean at least 5 grams per 100 kilogram per 100 grams. That's not a lot. I should have added the protein powder, but hey, next time. Let me try this without first and then see. There will be a next time. I think I will make this again. Probably also with the other vegetables as well. I mean, my kitchen is a mess. There is so much I have to clean up afterwards, but I also think I want to add some pepper on top because I like pepper. That was a quote from a German movie. No, I'm not translating it. I don't think it's translatable. Okay. Well, while the oven is heating up for a bit more, I'm leaving it. I leave it to heat up before I put the tray in. Let me drink something. Good. All right. I believe this live stream has come to an end. This recording has come to an end. My cooking exploration for today has come to an end because this, once the oven has reached temperature, this goes in and they say bake for 30 minutes or until cooked through. So probably 40 minutes. My oven is not the strongest. And yeah, I'm not leaving this on for the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And I'm fairly certain you are not interested in watching me tidy up this mess around here either. So I would say that our journey together, our exploration together has come to an end for now. I hope you enjoyed the journey. I hope you feel inspired to try maybe these recipes or similar recipes or something else entirely in your own kitchen. And yeah, fingers crossed. If all goes well, I'll be here again next week, next Sunday, same time, 1 p.m. Central European time, Frankfurt time. It's London time +1, whatever that is. And Eastern Standard Time +6. So 1 p.m. in Germany is 7 a.m. on the east coast of the US, I think. Check it, please. Don't trust me on that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the journey and hope to see you soon at some point down the floor. Bye-bye.